Thank you very much. The gentlelady from Louisiana is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to our panel and to Mr. Ducheneau for being here today. I know you are very well aware of the drought disaster that we suffered last year in Louisiana. Last month, when Secretary Vilsack appeared before this subcommittee, I asked him if the administration would consider using its authority to include drought as adverse weather for farm-raised fish in the Emergency Livestock Assistance Program. I'm really grateful to you and your team for working with my team on this, and I was told that the administration may have an update on when we can expect a decision on this. Can you fill us in, please?
Thank you for the question, and thank you for the work your team has put in to help us work towards a solution. It's kind of hot. So as we look at ELAP, it's one of the best tools that we've got for mitigating disasters that aren't planned for in our other disaster programs. And crawfish in your state were impacted by the weather. One of the challenges that we have is trying to rationalize drought with a creature that lives under the water. So we're looking at the flexibility in there. We think we found a way through excessive heat to qualify that. We look forward to continuing that conversation with your staff so that we can get across the line on a solution to help those producers.
That's exciting news. My constituents are hammering with me for a timeline on this. Can you give me a specific timeline, specific date that I can get back to them with?
I will get back to you with an answer next week.
Next week. Okay, that's exciting news. I look forward to it. All right. Ms. Bunger, I'd like to take you back to 2022's harvest season in my district, where producers suffered 18 to 22 inches of rain when their crop was ready for harvest. What we learned at that time was that many of my farmers with revenue insurance policies were subject to extreme risk through discounting, leaving many of my constituents and your policyholders without the risk management they believed that they were purchasing. I'd like to thank you for equipping a good regional staff and others who've been working with my farmers to study this issue. However, it's my understanding that RMA is supposed to be performing a review of discount factors related to quality adjustments on revenue policies. I believe this was announced to us in June of 2022. Can you give me an update on how this is going and when we can expect to see progress made on addressing the quality loss issues?
Thank you for the question. Since 2018, the Farm Bill required that RMA look at quality loss option issues. And so since that time, we have incorporated 20 crops that have that quality loss option issue. We currently are working with a study group and reviewing, the ramifications of what has occurred with the quality loss option feature. And we will continue to evaluate quality loss option issues. Currently, with the growers that I have talked to from your state, they have also spoken directly to me. As a soybean grower myself in South Dakota, there are years that it's very droughty, but yet there's also years that it's wet. And so I can appreciate quality loss and the features that we currently have for soybeans, but I know that they have spoken to us around some additional concerns at the elevators where they are marketing their soybeans, and sometimes there's a lack of consistency applied when their crops are sold. And so some of those things we can't always address when it is that transaction between that producer and that elevator, but yet at the same time, we will continue to look at the study, but yet we will also continue to talk with those producers so that we can get to a reasonable goal.
Thank you. I hope you remain committed to that. I have one big quick follow-up. I understand the RMA recently implemented a tropical storm index policy. Can you tell me how the rollout and adoption of this new policy has gone?
It has been extremely successful. We've received a significant amount of wonderful feedback. And with any pilot, though, there are hiccups and bumps and challenges, and we continue to talk to those individuals and help them try to understand what the current policy looks like, and to also encourage AIPs, crop insurance agents, to have really good discussions. As a former crop insurance agent myself, I can appreciate and I understand the ramifications when that policy is not explained to a producer. And then when the loss occurs, it's like, how come I'm not getting paid?
Right.
So you know, it's probably more than just one answer to look at those challenges. But at the same time, we've started to get feedback. The success of the program was really huge after Hurricane Idalia, where we paid out over $80 million in losses, but yet there was still some individuals that were outside of that parameter. And I know they've expressed some concerns around rain gauges and those kinds of things. We work diligently with NOAA, who is the governing body of those rain gauges. And so we try to make sure that they also take a look at the possibilities of errors and miscalculations. And so sometimes on the backside, when agents are impatiently asking for those payments to their producers, we also, you know, remind them NOAA is processing to make sure those payments are right. But at the end of the day, it's a pilot, and we are very welcomed of the feedback that we're getting, and we'll continue to work with those industry folks to improve a pilot.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I've gone over. My apologies, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. The gentlelady from California is recognized.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ms.